Troubleshooting a ground fault interrupter, or GFI, that is tripping, can be approached systematically. Firstly, try resetting the GFI. Locate the GFI outlet, typically near the jacuzzi, and press the reset button. If the GFI trips again immediately or shortly after resetting, do not continue to reset it repeatedly. Move on to the next steps. Secondly, inspect the jacuzzi carefully for any water leaks. Water can enter the electrical components and create a ground fault, which causes the GFI to trip. Pay particular attention to the pump seal hoses and any visible connections. Look for signs of water around the base of the pump or pooling near any electrical connections. If you find a leak, address it before proceeding further. Thirdly, examine the wiring connections at the GFI outlet and at the jacuzzi's junction box if accessible. Loose or damaged wires can cause a short circuit or ground fault, leading to GFI trips. Ensure that all wires are properly secured to their terminals and that there are no frayed or exposed conductors. Look for signs of corrosion or damage to the wires themselves. If you find any loose or damaged wires, tighten or replace them as necessary, making sure to disconnect power to the circuit before working on any wiring. Fourthly, consider whether the jacuzzi is connected to too many other appliances or devices on the same circuit. Overloading the circuit can strain the electrical system and cause the GFI to trip. Try unplugging any unnecessary devices or appliances that share the same circuit as the jacuzzi to reduce the load. Also, consider if the jacuzzi's heater and pump are running simultaneously, as this can draw a significant amount of current. Fifthly, verify that the wire size used for the jacuzzi is appropriate for the load it carries. Insufficient wire size can lead to overheating and potentially cause the GFI to trip. Check the wire gauge, which is typically printed in the wire insulation, and ensure that it meets the manufacturer's specifications for the jacuzzi's amperage draw. Consult the National Electrical Code, NEC, Table 310.15 for proper wire sizing based on amperage and wire type. If the wire size is too small, it will need to be replaced with the correct gauge wire. Sixthly, if the previous checks do not resolve the issue, there may be a problem with the jacuzzi itself. A faulty heating element, pump motor, or other internal components can cause a ground fault. In this case, it is best to contact the manufacturer or a qualified electrician for further troubleshooting. They will have the expertise and tools to diagnose the issue and repair or replace the faulty components. Additional tips: firstly, use a multimeter to test the GFI outlet for proper functionality. A multimeter can be used to measure the voltage and current at the outlet and to check for continuity between the ground wire and other conductors. This can help identify any wiring problems or faulty connections. Secondly, check if other GFI outlets in the same circuit are also tripping. If multiple GFI outlets are tripping, it could indicate a problem with the circuit wiring or a shared load that is causing the issue. Thirdly, if the GFI trips repeatedly even after resetting and addressing the potential issues mentioned above, it may need to be replaced. GFI outlets can fail over time, and a faulty GFI can trip even when there is no actual ground fault. If you suspect that the GFI is faulty, replace it with a new one of the same type and rating. Remember, never ignore a GFI trip, as it is designed to protect against electrical hazards. A GFI trip indicates that there is a potential ground fault, which can be dangerous if not addressed promptly. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, or if you are unable to resolve the issue yourself, it is always best to consult a qualified electrician.